Hey there, YouTube. Been a while. I made a series of videos on TikTok explaining this same thing, but I'm going to go through it in depth and uncut about my experience. If you don't know me, my name is Trevor Edwards. I've been going through a lot of spiritual things over the last couple months. Not things like little events. I'm talking physical manifestations, downloads, guidance, psychic stuff coming online, all sorts of things, you name it. I'm going through it. I've been searching for somebody to talk to about this. I've been irritating and annoying tarot readers beyond wit's end, probably, for one of you. And I apologize. I'm just trying to understand what this stuff is. And I did run into somebody who, man, I wish I would have talked to him a couple weeks ago because it grounded me to a place that now I understand a lot more maybe, of what's being called upon me or of me, asked of me, what have you. So this man's experience ended him up, living in the wilderness for a period of months. I don't want to do this. It's always kind of been a pull on me that this is going to happen. I bought into the doomsday prepping bullshit, and that always weighed on me. But when I was a kid, like, I always was drawn to tribal culture and wanted to experience something like that. Just the reality of things. I don't know why, but for the spirit, some stuff's hard to understand. So I don't know what is going to actually happen to me here, but it's looking like I'm going to be driven to that same experience. Now, at the beginning of all this, I mean, it did not look like it was going to go this way at all. Matter of fact, after realizing everything that had been going on to me, around me, behind my back, and what was intended for me, I've made plenty of videos on this. I'm not really going to go back in on it, but I had to cut away. I had to. I wasn't scared for my well-being because of what I had already experienced. Kind of told me that there's nothing to be scared of. But I wanted my freedom, and I took everything that was going on in spirit was, I'm in your, don't worry, you're in my hands now, and I've always, my entire life, I've felt that same kind of feeling, but now this time it was real. And I'm telling you, at the beginning, I had an experience of, where I bought about 12 lottery cards in a day, and I hit 8 of them, and like landed about $600 in my fucking wallet, like all in about an hour. And like I laid back on my sofa chair, which it didn't fit in, and stretched out like this, just laughing. You know what I mean? And I felt like as if I was crucified. I was locked into that position energetically. I started vibrating in all the points, head, feet. I could feel radiation, and it was incredible. As well as the live YouTube feed I was watching, Cole Cronin created a fake profile that said TREV, which is the first 4 letters of my name, and then started talking like somebody we used to make fun of. His name was Trent Lyle, and we used to talk with a lisp. You know what I mean? It was more fun to do for me than making fun of somebody, but the correlation of how who was on the other end watching what's going on. This was on my TV. This wasn't even on my phone. So these people that hacked into my network or whatever, it's real. Everything I told you about my past story, it's real. And like, right there in that moment, like I saw it. Even the tarot card reader saw it. I know it's seldom dreams. Like I remember it just like that. Like all this stuff that I tell you happened to me, it really happened. And so legally I thought everything was going to work in my favor. Whatever with the family, there's going to be just changes of heart, not necessarily, like, I don't care what happens to me, but, recognition that you fucking people did all this would have been nice in the least, which I got some. I had a couple people. So that was nice. But it did not change my concept of the reality I was going through, where it should lead, right? And now that spirit was showing me this journey or this incredible experience, I jumped into it head first, not a second thought, and I ran with it every day, learning, growing, fixing, understanding, until I got to the point where it's like, well, man, how come this physical miracle or change isn't happening? You know what I mean? How come the fix hasn't come in? So this is now where my experience hopefully will help other people, because now I got a chance to talk to somebody who's going through the same events, and now I have a backboard to start bouncing my experiences off of and finding correlations. Yeah, it seems like anybody who's going to start going through the things I'm feeling, which was impressed upon me that this is going to happen to more and more and more and more people, whether they want it or not. And, what I can only hope to do is help you with the understanding of what's going on and to actually go with it, because it's going to be so meaningful for you that there's nothing else you're going to do in your life other than, family, other than actually, taking care of your family, being a real one in that aspect. There's nothing that's going to affect you more profoundly than this kind of stuff that I'm going through, that I'm experiencing. Again, I'm not special. I'm not the only one. And I think, this is going to start happening. So please jump with it at first, but then ground yourself. Like, I mean, hard. I thought 10 toes down was standing firm in my positivity, in my belief in the right thing, justice, what's going to happen, it'll all be right. Yeah, no, it may have been standing 10 toes down, grounded, while this spiritual takeover is just swarming you, and then really adjusting how you're gonna proceed with what's coming at you or what you're being asked to do, because you're not going to receive, and at least I didn't receive speech one bit. It was all emotions, memories, and feelings. A lot of things that happen to me just come off, certain things I'm doing too, like what I listen to, will trigger thoughts and inspiration, which leads to action and, intuition. Maybe not in that order, but that's what's hard to understand, is when it all flies in. How do I put this together? How do I run with this? And I believe there's a lot of what was asked of me was to help with my mental mindset, big time in the beginning, which was, living beyond the means capable of me, because when you're on it, things come in, and then when you fall off the path, you feel lost. And I've already went through this experience live with you people, and now I'm kind of starting to understand maybe what I should have been looking at, maybe the other signs that people started, bringing up in the things that I listen to and stuff like that, because I can totally see what you guys are getting at now. I see triggers as not only bad things but good things, and when I say this word, I only mean it in the sense like it hits you as inspiration. So like these triggers that are put in front of me, no longer to learn from, but to say, hey, like, this is the guidance. Real hard to distinguish. And again, I bothered tarot readers, and I apologize, especially to certain one out there. But I bugged you guys because, like, I don't know if this is common for people to go through or feel. And I really just wanted to know how you take it. So if you've made it this far, then what I'm saying makes sense. And what I would like to say is speak out about everything you're experiencing, everything you're going through, everything you come to understand, and screw it, film it live, because a lot of the more data we have to understand, and go off of, the quicker we can all learn how to maneuver this path in the least destructive way, given the restrictions that society has placed us in, because I'm running into so many brick walls for no reason. I mean, for something that's actually beautiful. So I'll probably make videos later. I just wanted to get this out on every platform I'm on. So thanks for listening. Enjoy your journey.